Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the 3 Minute Horror Show. Guess who's back with me? Look, it's Elizabeth Chamberlain. She's right over
Hi.
there. See, I've learned a lesson of doing these videos now that when I point this way on my actual recording, I'm pointing the wrong way. So
Oh,
she's
there
right
you
over
go.
here.
That's experience.
Yes, channel favorite Elizabeth Chamberlain
Oh,
is back with us, and she's here to talk about some projects, and we're just going to do a quick catch up. So I'm not going to do all the questions that I normally do, where we talk about your history and we talk about your how you grew up and all that sort of stuff, because I'm going to put the link to that interview where we talked about all that stuff in the comments. So if you
perfect.
want to see that, go back and watch that one too. You can watch that one first,
Mm.
so that you know all about this wonderful, dangerous. Um, um, what else can we say? Alluring,
I think
uh,
dangerous. I don't think you can top
dangerous.
that.
Yeah. This the mysterious Elizabeth
Oh,
Chamberlain.
I do like that.
Yes. So, what have you been up to since the last time you were on?
I mean, a lot, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Things haven't really ever slowed down for me, which sometimes is overwhelming, but most of the time is just wonderful, magical, right? That's the goal when people get into this
Yeah.
industry is to work and to keep working, for a lot of people anyway. Yeah, I feel like we could go on and on.
So let's
I
go on
feel
and on.
like
Let's talk about some of the stuff that's already come out this year.
stuff that's already come out this year. So
Yeah.
we have Skate to Hell came out this year.
Yeah.
So that is done by Sean C. Phillips and Nicole Butler Vegas, and we shot that in Las Vegas mostly.
Yeah.
And that one was really good. We had a little premiere. I shouldn't say a little. It was big, a big
Yeah.
premiere. We had a grand premiere in Las Vegas earlier this year. And that was kind of tied together with the Days of the Dead horror convention there. So that was our big release for this year so far.
Yeah. Can I ask a quick question about that one before we go to the next thing?
Yes, of course.
Did you ride the skateboard for real, you actually riding it yourself?
I did ride the skateboard. I did not ride it very well, but I did ride the skateboard. They promised me that I wouldn't have to actually ride it. They were like, oh, well, we'll fake it and stuff like that. But then when we had the shot all set up, they were like, oh, it would be really good if you could ride the skateboard just for a little bit. And I was like, God, why? Why?
They
But
they
then I
knew
was
the
like,
whole
okay,
time
whatever. I
too.
mean, let's try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And actually, there were several people on set, Joseph Poliquin being one of them,
Yeah.
be and actually Spencer being another one, Spencer Breslin being another one. They
Yeah.
like trained me.
Oh,
It
did
was
they?
like a crash course because we were
Yeah.
in the actual skate park.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, you put your foot here, you put your other foot here, you push off like this, you balance like this, whatever. And I was like actually on the skate, I wasn't falling off.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of like a kind of crash course with them. No crashing actually happened. Um, and and then I did ride the skateboard for a very short amount of time, not very well, in the actual thing, yes.
It looked fine. It looked good. I see. I don't know what a good skateboarder looks like anyway. So
See, and that's the thing. And
yeah,
honestly, I mean, with the kind of film that it is and the
yeah,
kind of like goofy nature and everything that's happening, it works.
yeah.
It works.
Oh, for
Nobody's
sure.
going, now this film has suddenly become unrealistic, darn, like it's fine.
For the folks at home, I'm wearing a shirt that has Elizabeth on it right now, so you can see that
Oh,
right there. That's Elizabeth.
that's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that. I want to say one more thing. I'm sorry, I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go
go for it.
too far onto the skateboarding,
Yeah.
but also there were people off camera ready to catch me, which I really appreciated.
Oh, that's good.
So like I'm skateboarding towards the camera in that scene,
Yeah,
and the DP is kind of like on the ground, kind of to the side, and he's shooting up at me. So if the skateboard fired out beneath me and I fell, it would
yeah.
totally wreck that very expensive camera. So there were like several people, just like there was one person in front of the camera ready to catch the skateboard. There were two people on either side of the camera where I was going to catch
Yeah.
me if I was going to fall. So there's like this whole crowd like ready for me to die. But that's the kind of stuff people don't see, you know?
Yeah.
And
Well,
meanwhile, I'm trying to look badass. I'm trying to look like I know what I'm
yeah.
doing. Oh, brutal.
It's nice that they did that for you though, instead
It's
of just
very
protecting
nice.
the
It's
camera
very
and the
nice because
skateboard.
otherwise I think I would have been way too stressed, but everybody
Yeah,
was supportive. So
that's good. Um, so that's the thing that's already come out. What's
mhm.
next? What's the next thing?
What's next? Well, this is the reason that I asked to meet is
Yeah.
to announce this film called A Widow's Oath by Chase Dudley. and that is up next for me. So that is going to be shot next spring. Next March is our goal for shooting that, and that's really exciting. So
Yeah.
we just released the casting announcement on that, and I'm just so stoked. And actually, I got that job. Kind of. I basically initiated getting that job during the time when I was in Las Vegas for the Skate to Hell premiere,
Oh,
which is
wow.
kind of like cool. They're kind of
Yeah.
tied together for me. Because at the Days of the Dead horror convention, that's actually when I first met Chase Dudley in person, and we kind of got to like get a vibe of each other, get a read on each other, decide if there would be a possible collaboration there at some point in the future,
Hmm.
and there was.
There was. And I don't know how much you're allowed to talk about. I only know what's been already posted in the announcements, but Elizabeth is going to be playing a sword slanging warrior woman, and I don't think that there is much of a better role for Elizabeth than that type of role.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm extremely excited about that. Yes, she is sword slanging. The contracts for this film, which often is the case for like, higher kind of quality films like this,
Yeah.
were very extensive. So my NDA was very
Yeah.
specific on what I can and what I can't say.
Okay.
Um, but also Chase is like, he's it's very important to him that I'm comfortable at all times and that I'm able to express myself freely and whatever. So he's always willing to talk about like that kind of stuff with me.
Hmm.
So there is some stuff that I can say.
Okay.
It's exciting. And there's
Yes.
also some stuff that honestly we just don't know yet. So actually Chase, at the time of us recording this yesterday, he just wrapped. He just wrapped his film Between the Living and the Dead. And he had been working on that for a really long time, right? So he wanted to hit the ground running, which I love about him. He never stops. He wanted to hit the ground running and get this his next film announced and kind of just get the key players and some of the bigger picture stuff locked down so that he can actually start working on that and that people can know what's coming next. But we don't have everything locked down, right? It's
Okay.
a year, so we got lots of time for that. So I think a lot of people have been really excited since the announcement. I've
Yeah.
gotten just like hundreds of messages and hundreds of comments and hundreds of people reaching out to me, and they're like the first question people ask, when can I see this? Where can I see this? And I'm like, we haven't even shot it yet. Like, give us some time. But everybody's excited, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of questions like that too, like, oh, where are you going to be filming? When are you going to be filming? Like, who's all playing all the roles? It's like, honestly, we haven't figured all of that out yet. And so it's not even just NDA. It's like half the stuff will
Yeah.
be determined, Um, which I think is really exciting in a way too. Like you kind of sign on to a project this early and you don't know what the project's really going to be like yet. It's
Hmm.
still we're going to make it together as we go. So that is very exciting.
So we're going to have you come back again when it's closer as well, when you can talk more about
Perfect.
stuff.
I'd love that.
And we'll probably have Chase too, because there's only so much that you can reveal, but he's
Yes.
the boss, right? So he can
He's the
reveal the most.
boss. He's the
Yeah.
bosso, and
Who's he
he's
going to
really
sue
good at these
himself?
kinds of interviews too. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, he's so good.
Who's he going to sue himself?
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So what I can tell you
Yes.
about the project so far is the synopsis because that has been kind of publicly announced.
Yep.
And I've also received an excerpt of the script. I can't share that yet, but I
No, no.
can say it is absolutely kick-ass. I normally don't like to sign on to contracts if I don't have like, all the information and stuff like that, but they don't have all the information, right? And the
Yeah.
benefit of this too is the amount of time, the amount of lead time I have on stuff. Because a project where you do wait till all the information is together, sometimes it's so rushed. Like sometimes you sign onto a contract 2 weeks before you end up on set, and it's just like you can't really develop yourself as an
Yeah.
actor in that little time. Whereas having a year lead time is
Hmm.
amazing. But I will say he did send me all the information that he could, and everything that he did send me, like the script excerpt and the synopsis and the graphic art and like just vocally telling me stuff that's going on too,
Yeah.
was incredible. Like I am so excited for people to learn about this and as it goes. Oh my gosh, people are gonna go absolutely nuts.
The
Okay, so let
photo.
me find this
Yeah.
synopsis here for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Scrolling back.
Well, you're looking for that. The photos that are in the synopsis, were
Mhm.
those like proof of concept photos that you took with them?
Well, actually, so when Chase first called me about this project,
Hmm.
and he said that he said that he was looking at me, maybe considering me and maybe considering a couple other people.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, like that's fair. And he was like, oh, maybe like I can get you to read for it, and they can read for it and stuff. He said, I'd also like to know if you have any sort of fight experience or sword fighting experience. He said, I think you do. I think I had seen that before, but I just wanted to double check. And I was like, bro.
He sure
I didn't say
does.
bro, but I was like, bro on the inside,
Yeah.
I was like, bro, do I ever? Like, I love swords. I love swords. And I told him that, and he was like, oh, really? Like, okay. Like how much? And I was like a lot. Like I've been
This much.
training in sword fight. Yeah, like that much. Like as long as an absolute claymore length, that much. And yeah, so I had sent him like some information saying like, oh, I've done fencing for this amount of years. I trained in rapier and dagger. I
Hmm.
trained in two-handed and single sword and saber and whatever. I did. I told him all this stuff. But to somebody who doesn't know that, that doesn't mean a lot. So I
Yeah.
also sent him pictures from other projects that I've done. So I've done several sword fighting projects. One of them being Alien Horde, that was done by the
Yeah.
Mahal Empire Productions, and that one was good. I'd used double like laser swords for that one. That
Cool.
was fun.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't do a lot of sword work in that film. I just mostly carried them. I mostly just carried them and looked imposing. Most stuff was done with the blaster in that one,
Yeah.
which was good too. And then I also did Holm Gang, however you want to pronounce
Yeah.
it by Dustin Funk. And that one was a short film, and that one was like kind of right up this alley, like medieval and totally the type of
Yeah.
swords and stuff that we're going to want to use. I also did Cursed Waters, and that was also done by the Mahal Empire Productions. And that one I used kind of double swords, kind of rapier and dagger. It was kind of like a little bit of a mix kind
Okay.
of thing of that. But I did a lot of sword work in that one too. And I've done a couple others as well. And especially on stage, I've done a decent amount on stage as well. Anyway, so I sent him pictures of me holding the swords from these projects, just being
Yeah.
like, here's me holding swords. I just to prove that I do hold swords. And he used some of those photos in like kind of some concept art.
Yeah.
And so I went and asked those people, I was like, is this okay? Can we get permission to do this? And everybody basically said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this is getting you other work is a really good thing. And Dustin Funk especially, he was like really excited for me. And he's like, yes, please go ahead. And anything you need to use is beneficial for everybody, right? It's beneficial for
Yeah.
him, his film, and beneficial for Chase. It's a win-win all around. So that's where those photos came from.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Did you find the synopsis?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
So it's set in the 1400s, and it's set in kind of like a Scottish kind of atmosphere, which is
Yeah.
really exciting to me because I do have Scottish ancestry. Like when I told my dad about this, and I
Yeah.
was like, hey, like and I can't tell you exactly what I told him, but when I was telling him about it, he was just like, oh my God, like you could be playing your great 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 grandmother or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
you could be playing your actual ancestor, and it's like, isn't that so crazy?
Yeah.
And I don't think Chase knew that about me before he hired me. He actually asked me at one point. He's like, would you be interested in like maybe being a redhead for this film? And I was like, I have great news for you. I was like, I have great news for you. I am a redhead. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like he like lost it. He thought I was blonde. I am naturally actually blonde. This is fake, but
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I've been a redhead for a number of years now, so that's exciting. So anyway, so I just feel like it was meant to be in a lot of ways. So anyway, so set in the 1400s, set in kind of a Scottish kind of idea.
Okay.
And the synopsis is as follows. A general is captured during a brutal campaign, and his family is drawn into a public trial that quickly reveals itself as something far more sinister. Before a silent crowd, the Crown delivers a devastating act meant not to serve justice, but to enforce fear. One woman, aka me, survives. Stripped of everything, she disappears into the wilderness where a former reclusive soldier reluctantly takes her in.
Hmm.
United by grief, he trains her, not to heal, but to endure. What emerges is not the woman she once was, but something sharpened by loss and purpose. as whispers of a shadow moving through villages. Those connected to the crown begin to fall. Dun dun dun! With each
Mm,
calculated act, fear shifts and the balance of power begins to crack. When the word reaches the throne, the queen recognizes the threat for what it truly is. Not revenge, but defiance. She prepares for the inevitable, and the widow keeps coming. It's so
yeah,
cool. Like when he sent me that, I was like, I don't
yeah.
need any more information. I'm in.
Those are the best kind of revenge stories. But it's like a Kill Bill sort of thing where you're just
Yes,
cutting your way through the bad guys until you get
that's
to your target.
exactly it.
Yeah,
And it's crazy because it's crazy because he told me that he was like,
yeah,
we're kind of going for a Kill Bill vibe at one point. He told me a lot of different vibes, but that was one of the things he said. And every time I tell people like kind of the general feel,
yeah.
the synopsis and stuff, everybody's always like, "Oh, it feels kind of like a medieval Kill Bill," and I'm like, "That's crazy because that's exactly what he was going for. Like, it's so good."
Yeah, yeah. And like in video game terms, I'd almost kind of call it like an Assassin's Creed sort of thing, right?
Oh my God, yeah, I love
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
We'll be here for another couple hours talking about Assassin's Creed. I love it.
Maybe we'll talk about that next. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we've actually been looking at like armor and swords and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Again, not too deeply because he had his other film to finish, but we, just kind of shopping and talking about what we want. And yeah, actually when you look at the swords of the time, like Altair's sword often just ends up like popping up and it's like, well, we can't use that, but
yeah.
but we could use something very similar, right?
Yeah, so yeah, that's very exciting. I can't wait to hear more about that one. That's exactly the
Yes.
kind of movie that I like to watch.
Yeah, me
Especially
too.
especially with Elizabeth in it too, as the star in the lead. Holy smokes.
Well, we also do have some other people that are
Yeah.
locked in that I obviously can't talk about yet,
Okay.
that are also really, really exciting. So I'm really excited for people when they learn about that too,
Yeah.
because this project is actually a lot bigger than what it might seem at this point, because it's just me. It's just me and Chase
Yeah.
announced, right? And that's what everybody knows. But like I don't know, we've got some really cool people involved that I'm really excited about, and I'm
That's
not going to
cool.
stop yapping about once we get to tell people. So.
Yeah, I have to do my Chase research because I don't know if I've seen anything by Chase Dudley yet, but I
Yeah, he's
definitely
done a
will.
number of things
Yeah.
actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. This is
It's a,
actually so the film that he just finished this week,
yeah.
that was his 10th feature film. And I
Holy
didn't know that
smokes.
actually. Like
Yeah.
I've seen I think 3 or 4 of his films
Yeah.
before. Just like kind of researching and getting to know people in my outer circle,
Yeah.
back before I had even really, really known him. And yeah, it's like he has a lot. He's got a lot.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
impressive. Yeah. Get him on here and talk to him about some stuff.
I
Yeah.
think he would love that. I think you guys would get along really well.
Oh, probably.
He's super easy to get along with. He's just
And
super like genuine and friendly and stuff. So
you know
yeah.
what? We're Canadians, right? So anybody can get along with us. We're nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any news on Grotesque 3 yet at this point in time?
No news on Grotesque 3 as
Okay.
of right now. I shouldn't say no news. No new news, like
Okay.
no movement in that direction.
Yeah.
But like we have talked about it a lot
Yeah.
and it is still in the plans. We just
Yeah.
don't have any actual like active we're going to do it at this time at this date kind of thing. But everybody, like all of the key players, the main players are, have that desire still. So
Yeah.
that will probably happen sometime.
You know, it's
We
so
just don't
weird.
know exactly when. Um,
People, regular watchers of this channel will know that I collaborate with Brandon all the time. Like we put stuff out, each one of us puts things on our channel a couple of days a week when it's him and I together, and I've never asked them this question. It's so
he's the one
weird.
who would know the most, probably. He,
Exactly. So I
you
should
know,
have asked him, but I decided I guess I'd ask Elizabeth.
well, that works too. Brandon and I talk all the time, like
Yeah.
just sometimes not even about like film stuff. We just like
Yeah.
kind of constantly in communication. He'll send me a text here or there, and vice versa.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was a script written.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we ended up going into it, we would do like a rework of that before we actually went ahead. But like we have the concept. We have the
Yeah.
concept. We have something that is workable. Everybody's still around and would like to be involved and stuff. So it's definitely possible. Unfortunately, in indie filmmaking, you know what I'm about to say, it always comes back to money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's something that I just don't think is in the picture right now,
Yeah.
financially. But who's to say 1 year or 5 years or 10 years? But it will probably get done.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. His one of his channels just got monetized, so hopefully that'll bring things up and
Yes,
yeah, hopefully I can help him get his other channel monetized and we'll see if
that would
that
be good. That would be good.
Yeah. So, other than that, we've talked about your new project. We've talked about Skate to Hell. We've talked about the potential of Grotesque 3. Are there any other projects that are like the Contamination movie? Is that coming out for a wider release soon? Is that going to be going to streaming?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't actually know
Okay.
right at this moment. I don't know
Yeah.
what points they're at. Yes, the idea at some point would be to do a like worldwide, streaming release or renting release or whatever,
Yeah.
online release, so that it can kind of get to everybody everywhere. Last I heard, they're still going around with landmark cinemas and they're still doing like
Okay.
releases in different countries. So I don't know exactly what countries they have and haven't released, so I shouldn't get myself
Okay.
in
Don't get
trouble
yourself
here.
in trouble. It's all good.
But there is, they're still on the theatrical release market as far as I'm aware. But yes, the idea for that would be that it would end up coming online at some point so that everybody can watch it. And honestly, I think when that happens, people who have already seen it are gonna watch it again too. Like I think
Yeah.
it's just gonna go absolutely viral. It's really good. I
Yeah.
like I don't want to sound too surprised when I say that, but like I've been in stuff before that, and I'm not going to say what, but I've been in stuff before that while you're filming, you're kind of like, oh, this is awesome, this is going to be awesome, whatever.
Yeah.
And when you see the final project, it just doesn't exactly match up with what you had in your imagination, right? But for Contamination, I'm not lying. It was better than what I had in my imagination. I was already thinking it was going to be great. And then when I was in the theater, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, oh no,
Oh.
this is really, really good.
I made a
So,
face there because I missed going to see it because I had other plans when they were in Toronto. So
oh
kick me,
no.
you know? Err.
Oh, that's yeah, that
Yeah.
happens. And that's one of the things about the live theatrical release too, is that it kind of creates that kind of exclusivity, I guess, in,
Yeah.
in a way. It's like, oh, if you're not, if you don't see it, you're gonna miss out or whatnot. Whereas if you just put things online right away, people go, oh yeah, I'll get to it, and then maybe they don't.
Yeah.
So they're very, very smart business people as well, which I think is really needed in this industry.
Hmm.
You often end up with a lot of people who are creatives. Obviously, it's an artist industry, it's creative. You
Yeah.
end up with a lot of creatives and not a lot of business knowledge people often in
Yeah.
production companies. And Brimstone is not like that. Brimstone Pictures, they are smart on both sides of it. And they have the three main boys. I call them
Yeah.
the Brimstone boys.
The Brimstone Boys.
Um,
The
so you got
boys.
Preston, you got Neil,
Yeah.
and you got David, and they all have their own strengths too,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, so they're really smart about it, is all I have to say. They're really smart about it, and it will come out at some point for everybody to watch.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, why don't we talk about some more fun stuff? Like,
Okay.
what video game are you playing now?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get eaten alive for this. I'm so slow at video games. I'm still playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh my
Zelda Tears of
God.
the Kingdom.
That was
Yeah, I'm
last
not even
year.
lying.
That was
Yeah,
October.
yeah, I know. But I am. That is what I'm playing. I'm a completionist, so like I'm
Yeah.
freaking chasing Korok seeds like nobody's business, which is really like what am I doing with my life? I don't know, but that's what it is. Um, so I'm playing that, and when I'm finished that, I want to move on to I don't know. I got the Hogwarts game on my Switch, and I
Okay.
really kind of want to do that. I don't know. I got a couple ones, and I got Silk Song, like the
Yeah.
breakthrough
Okay.
kind of thing. I have that, so I literally bought both of those games, and they've been sitting there for a long time, for
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
months. So at some point, I'd like to move on to those. And as always, I'm playing like games that just kind of I've never stopped, like Animal Crossing and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And World of Warcraft?
I'm not playing World of Warcraft right now. I
Okay.
haven't played World of Warcraft in like I don't know, like 5 years or something. It's been a hot minute.
Okay. I
Um,
couldn't even remember. I thought that you were or something. I think I was at the time when I talked to you, but now I'm not. So,
Yeah, I played a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, and that kind of like
okay.
satisfied the World of Warcraft, I don't
Yeah.
know, feeling. It's very similar in my opinion in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
So I played a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, and that was good. But I'm not playing that anymore either. The thing is, honestly, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
adulting, like adulting
I
sucks.
know. Yeah.
And that's the thing is if you're in an industry like the film industry or any sort of artist industry, it's like that is it's not it's not your free time, like it's not a
Yeah.
hobby, it's another job, but it's like if you have already two jobs in order to survive,
Yeah.
and then you have your artist job in order to survive emotionally,
Yeah.
in order to, that sort of thing, then it's like that takes up all the video game time, or it takes up most of the video
Yeah.
game,
I,
so that's just real life. I don't stop playing, but it
yeah.
just very slow.
I sat down with Jeff Kirkendall from Mark Polonia's team, like from the guys that do movies with Mark Polonia recently.
Okay.
That interview's coming out soon. He described it as his full-time hobby. So his acting is his full-time hobby, and I completely get that. This has become my full-time hobby. I've been playing the same. I got a whole bunch of games for Christmas, and I played like two of them, and now that was like December. Now it's coming up on my birthday, and I'm gonna get a bunch more games, and I'm not gonna touch those either. So I don't know. I'm just editing videos all the time. It's crazy, right?
Well, and
Mhm.
that's a thing. I think a lot of people look down on this industry based on, a person's actual income or
Yeah,
whatever. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're not a real actor or you're not a real director because
yeah,
this isn't your full-time job that pays your bills." And I just find that kind
yeah,
of belief disgusting, honestly. I just do not agree with that at all. I think there's nothing wrong
yeah,
with saying like I'm a professional actor and I don't work full time in it or whatever. That's not the case for me. I do work full time.
yeah,
But or just saying like, you know what, this doesn't bring in the money. This is
yeah,
as a business practice, this would be considered a hobby. But if it's your passion as well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. Like people are so easy to dismiss others.
yeah,
And I mean, I'm sure you found this lots. This industry is very dog eat dog,
yeah,
or it can be anyway. It can be very, very dog eat dog. People are so quick to put each other down. And I just do not believe that. Like if film work or theater work or whatever art is in your soul and you're pursuing it, it doesn't matter at what rate you're pursuing it. It doesn't matter how
right.
much money you're making from it. It doesn't matter. Any of those things do not matter, in my opinion anyway. That's what I think.
I think it's
We're
a
always
valid
striving
opinion.
for higher
Yeah,
quality stuff, we're always striving to work more, we're always striving for all of those kinds of things.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm just not a gatekeeper like that. I'm like, nah, if you're in the industry, you're in the industry, like happy to have you here.
I've talked to a lot of people at this point in time.
I bet.
Last time we talked, I hadn't talked to a lot of people. I talked to a few, but now I've talked to a lot of people, and the number of passionate creators who are out there making movies every weekend or making movies whenever they have spare time. The amount of people who it's their primary source of income, I can count on probably three of these fingers here.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
And actually, if you look at like all of the people who are registered actors with, SAG or AFTRA or
yeah,
ACTRA, like people who are who are actually in the union, you
hmm,
actually look at the percentage of people who make a livable wage in that, and I don't remember what the numbers are, but it's like basically zero.
yeah,
It's like basically nobody. And all of those people who are in the union, like it's hard, it's not easy
yeah,
to get into the union too. So these are people that are serious about the work, serious about the job and whatever. And heck, I know filmmakers that they'll have a job like a muggle job, a real world job,
yeah,
that's not in the industry, and they will work in that job for 10 months of the year, or they'll work 12 months of the year, and on their 3 week vacation that they get once a year, that's when they're making a film. And they'll make one film a year, with the money they make from their regular
yeah.
job. And I'm like, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
If that's what you want to do with your life, absolutely go for it. And that film should be, watched just as much as any other film. There's nothing like that makes that film less than just because that's the way that their business works or how they want to live their life
hmm.
or whatever. I don't know. That's what I think.
Well, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean, there's some people that have figured it out and they get, a machine that churns and makes more money and they can make a bigger film each time and whatnot. And that's a full-time job in itself too. And there's, definitely nothing wrong with that either. That's, that's always great. So
yeah,
I've been really lucky. I've worked for a lot of different kinds of people who have had a lot of different kinds of business practices and stuff like that. But you'll see people all across the board with all different walks of life in this industry, and I think that's magical. I think it brings a lot of different variety to the work, and I
Yeah.
like that personally.
Yeah, and you get to share in that experience. So sharing
Yeah.
different people's life experience. Yeah.
hmm Yeah,
Excellent.
I think it's great. Like if at the end of the day you're burned out from your day job and you still decide
Yeah.
you still decide to use all your extra time in the film industry, I think that that speaks for something, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Excellent.
Mhm.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming back. You know I'm
Thank
going
you
to
for
have you
having me.
back again, and we're going to talk about more stuff. But this one is a quick one, everybody, because we both got a bunch of stuff that we're up to, and so this is a shorter interview, a catch up with. I'll call it. I'll title this one "Catch Up with Elizabeth Chamberlain," but not
Aw.
ketchup as in catsup, as in ketchup that you put on your fries, but as two friends catching up.
Aw. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much. I'm
you're
really glad
welcome.
that you had me back, and we
Yeah,
should definitely meet again when I have more
yeah,
information about A Widow's Oath,
yeah.
and maybe even when we're talking about the release. The projected release date is 2028,
Okay.
so it's actually not that far off.
Maybe we can even come back when you've finally finished your video game and you want to talk about the next one.
I'm gonna get called out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd
Yeah,
be
I
cute.
now Elizabeth messages me and says, "Okay, I finally finished Tears of the Kingdom. Now I want to come onto your channel and gush about Silk Song." Like, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
man.
All
I would
right.
love that.
Thanks everybody. Thank you
Thank
Elizabeth
you.
for coming back.
Thanks.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.